In the heart of India, nestled amidst rolling hills and lush greenery, there existed a small village named Simran. The village was known for its friendly inhabitants and its tranquil atmosphere. Ro was a daily wage laborer, a man whose hands were rough and strong from years of honest work. Despite the love she had for her husband, she couldn't help but feel envious of the wealthier families in the village. Her gaze would often wander to their houses, imagining herself living in opulence. Day after day, this gnawing dissatisfaction grew within her, turning into a relentless obsession with wealth and meager earnings, dreaming of a life that was far from their reality. She remembered how she used to make ice cream during her childhood, experimenting with various flavors and ingredients. If that's what you want, Maya, then go ahead. But remember, honesty is the most important ingredient in life. Don't let greed overshadow your good intentions, he said, his words carrying the weight of experience and wisdom. An excited glint appeared in her eyes. I know what I'm going to do, she exclaimed, startling Roy, who was reading the newspaper. I'm going to make ice cream, the best ice cream in the village. She started cutting down on the quantity of ice cream, serving just enough to tantalize the taste buds without offering any real satisfaction. At first, people didn't notice. They were too busy savoring the unique taste of her ice cream. When questioned, Maya, driven by panic and greed, lied, stating that she had no connection to the man's illness, and shifted the blame to street vendors selling spicy snacks near her cart. Enraged by this injustice, the man's family filed a complaint with the local authorities. Tears streamed down her face as she tried to explain her side of the story, but no one was willing to listen. The villagers, once her biggest supporters, were now her harshest critics. Her eyes, which once sparkled with greed, were now filled with remorse. I know you didn't mean to hurt anyone, Maya, but remember, our true wealth is not measured in money or material possessions, but in our thoughts and the happiness we share with others. She understood that true wealth lay not in material possessions, but in the love and respect of those around her. She continued to make ice cream, not for the sake of profit, but for the joy it brought to the villagers, especially the children. And every scoop was a reminder of her journey from greed to redemption. As she stepped into their humble home, she broke down, confessing everything to Roy. She distributed free ice cream, ensuring it was of the highest quality. Slowly but surely, the villagers forgave her, recognizing the sincerity in her apology. I'm sorry, Roy, she cried, her voice filled with despair. I let my greed overpower me. I never meant to hurt anyone. I just wanted a better life for us. How could she do this to us? How could she risk our health for some extra money? They cried. But soon complaints started pouring in. A few customers found shards in their ice cream. Others complained about the unusual taste and texture. They visited Maya's cart and began their investigation. To everyone's shock, they found traces of low-quality ingredients, the very ones that Maya had been trying to hide. As the news spread, a wave of disappointment washed over the villagers. Without a word, he prepared himself and left the house. Arriving at the police station, he put up a bail for Maya and brought her back home. The woman who had once brought them so much joy was now associated with something unpleasant. Then she increased her prices, each rupee note handed over by a customer feeding her insatiable greed. Still, people kept coming. The taste of her ice cream was unparalleled, and the joy it brought, especially to the children, was priceless. And with that money, we'll build a beautiful house and wear fine clothes. No one will call us poor anymore. Every evening, she would sit by the window, staring at the villagers who were better off than them, allowing envy to consume her thoughts. His face, though lined with the hardships of life, always bore a gentle smile. Honesty and integrity were the cornerstones of his being. He treated everyone with respect, regardless of their social status, and was known for his unwavering commitment to his craft. To the villagers, Roy was more than just a laborer. Her ice cream cart became a landmark. Villagers would plan their outings around a stop at Maya's cart, making it a part of their cherished memories. The money she earned allowed her to upgrade her ingredients, experiment with new flavors, and even hire a helper. Her once small cart now boasted an array of delectable offerings. She gathered the finest ingredients, the freshest fruits, the purest milk, and the finest sugar. She experimented with flavors, each one more delicious than the last. Finally, on a bright sunny morning, she unveiled her creation to the villagers. He was a symbol of resilience, a testament to the fact that one could live a dignified life, even in the simplest of dwellings. Children, with their infectious laughter, became her regular customers. Their tiny hands clutching coins, they would eagerly wait in line to get their favorite flavors. Soon, Maya's ice cream wasn't just a dessert, it was a summertime staple. The rhythmic chime of her bell became the soundtrack of happiness for many. But like any other place, it had its own share of stories, both heartwarming and cautionary. One such story revolved around a couple named Ro and Maya, who resided in a modest home on the outskirts of the village. Why can't we build a house like Mr. Sharma, or buy new clothes like Mrs. Kapoor's children? We may not have much Maya, but we have each other and our health. That's all that truly matters. He paused, his gaze fixed on the distant horizon, a deep-rooted wisdom etched on his face. The Sri Krishna says that contentment is the first step towards heaven. It's not the size of our house or the brand of our clothes that defines our happiness, but the peace in our hearts. When will we be able to afford a life of luxury? Her words hung heavy in the air, laced with bitterness and envy. Maya, on the other hand, was a woman whose heart was filled with discontent. One sweltering summer afternoon, Maya was stirring a pot of lentil curry when she turned to Roy and said, "Look, we have nothing but dirt and poverty." Roy, ever the pragmatist, placed a comforting hand on her shoulder and replied. However, Maya couldn't comprehend Roy's words. Instead, she continued to ruminate about their humble dwelling. One day, an idea struck her like a bolt from the blue. Roy, though, taken aback by her sudden enthusiasm, didn't want to dampen her spirits. And so, armed with her culinary skills and dreams of a better life, Maya embarked on her new venture. Word of mouth spread like wildfire. Villagers flocked to her small shop, eager to taste this new sensation that had taken Simrampur by storm. As days turned into weeks, Maya's business thrived, but as her fortune grew, so did her greed. However, Maya's greed knew no bounds. She started using dry fruits of poor quality, hoping to save a few rupees. One day, a man, after having some ice cream from Maya's cart, fell seriously ill. Food and drug inspectors arrived at that evening. The police arrived at Maya's house to arrest her. When Roy heard about his wife's arrest, his face remained stoic, betraying none of the turmoil he felt within. The once vibrant and cheerful Maya was now a shadow of her former self. Roy, though disappointed, held his wife close, offering her comfort. In the days that followed, Maya made amends, visiting every house in the village and apologizing for her actions. From that day forward, Maya's greed was replaced by humility and gratitude.